There are a lot of factors that could determine a person's strength in the world of One Piece, while some elements like powers and bounty might be a great starting point. We're going to go even deeper to determine who is the strongest. We'll be looking at the past event, one-up lines of dialogues, and of course, battles to try and determine who is the strongest. We're also going to try to keep the discussion to canon events and not from random asides by series author Eiichiro Oda or non-canon films. With that being said, here are the 10 strongest characters in the world of One Piece. Number 10. Zoro. Being the first mate of the Emperor is no laughing matter, but Zoro has shown time and time again that he is one of the best swordsmen in the world. Being trained by Dracula Mihawk, Zoro has defeated some of the strongest first mate of other pirate crews like Doflamingo's officer, Pika, and former Emperor Kaido's first mate, King. Zoro isn't invincible, however, he has needed saving every so often, mostly by Sanji, but that should not diminish just how powerful of a swordsman he is. Number 9. Kuzan. Former Admiral Aokiji, now known as Kuzan, is a bit of an enigma. He was in the running to replace Sengoku as Fleet Admiral, but after losing to Akainu, he left the Marines and now works for Blackbeard Pirates as one of the 10 Titanic captains. What we have seen in his combat capabilities, though, is frightening. Not only was he able to beat powerful opponents like Cracker and Vice Admiral Garp, but we've never seen him truly try against his opponents. His Hiei no Mi powers have been shown to be devastating, so it's safe to say that when Kuzan goes all out in the final saga, it will be one hell of thing to witness. Number 8. Silver's Rally. The Dark King himself is a man who is able to strike fear into anyone he comes across. As the man to teach Luffy the basics of haki, and more notably, the first mate of Gold D. Roger, there are very few people who can outmatch Rayleigh in a fight. However, Rayleigh is acutely aware of his own power and limitations, confessing that he probably wouldn't be able to defeat Blackbeard in a fight despite Blackbeard's fear of him. He doesn't have any Devil Fruit ability, but that makes it all the more notable that his control of haki and swordsmanship have created the reputation he has. Number 7. Dracula Mihawk. Hawkeye Mihawk has been an ever-present threat since the very early days of the manga. Ever since he eviscerated Zoro without even trying, back in the East Blue Saga, fans knew that he was going to be one of the strongest people in the series. He is, after all, the strongest swordsman in the world, now serving as one of the executives of the Cross Guild, and let's be honest here, the real muscle behind the organization. He has the bounty of over 3.5 billion berries. Given his feat, like splitting the battleship in half and his direct assault on Whitebeard at the Battle of Marineford, Zoro has nearly impossible task of proving his superiority to his mentor. Number 6. Monkey D. Luffy. It's easy to say, since Luffy has unlocked the powers of Gear 5, is too overpowered. However, that's not true. While Luffy is strong, using the raw power of imagination to defeat opponents like Kaido, Rob Lucci, and Admiral Kizaru, he still has several major weaknesses. He can't sustain that form forever and becomes quite drained after its use. Even then, he knows when he's faced an opponent that's too strong, like his recent encounter with the Five Elders, which he decided to flee from due to their immortality. Luffy is clearly one of the strongest characters in One Piece, but he has a little bit more to go before becoming the king of the pirates. Number 5. Sakazuki. Becoming the fleet admiral of the Navy is no small feat, but that just goes to show why Sakazuki is a man to be feared. With his Magu Magu no Mi powers and based on what he said before killing Ace, he can outclass fire-based devil fruit users like Sabo due to the strength of his own abilities. We know for a fact that he was able to defeat Kuzan for the title of Fleet Admiral, easily putting him above his former frosty friend's fearsome faculties. But don't forget that this is a man who has the entire Navy at his back and call now. He is one of the most hated men in One Piece for a reason, but he is also one of the strongest. Number 4. Blackbeard. He may be dirty and underhanded in accomplishing some of his feats, like killing Whitebeard, but Blackbeard is a powerful person in his own right. Sporting two devil fruit powers due some unknown method, Blackbeard is an anomaly in the world that makes him very dangerous. Once you add on the fact that these two devil fruits, the Gura Gura no Mi and the Yami Yami no Mi, are some of the most powerful devil fruits in the world, then you have an even more dangerous threat. He is an emperor after all, and having just defeated Law, who himself just came about defeating the former emperor Big Mom, Blackbeard is poised to be one of the biggest players in the final saga. Number 3. The Five Elders. If you had told me a year ago that the Five Elders were some of the strongest characters in One Piece, I would have said yes, but only in the symbolic sense. But that's not true anymore after the events of Egghead Island. Each of the Five Elders has immeasurable power, like Haki that can affect even Gear 5 Luffy, and Speed that can disable every pacifista stationed on Egghead in a matter of seconds. Even after taking fatal injuries, the Five Elders seem to be able to regenerate from certain death, making them appear near invincible. How anyone can take them out is a mystery at this point, but it will require a lot of strength to do so. Number 2. Shanks. Shanks has a mythical status in One Piece, but his position as one of the most talked about figures in the community partially comes from his strength. First of all, he is an emperor and one who was able to gain loyalty of the giants, who have been able to at least hold their own against the five elders at Eichhead. His haki is extraordinary to the point where he can cause an admiral to flee even if he is miles away from shore. Then you have how he decimated Eustace's kid in one hit. Finally, and most importantly, Shanks had a meeting with the five elders, and while we don't know what was discussed, the mere fact that the five elders had a conversation with Shanks and didn't arrest him outright means that even they are hesitant to directly engage with him. Number 1. Emu. Claiming Emu is the strongest One Piece character may be a bit hard to prove, given how little we've actually seen of them. But considering the five elders respect and revere them like a god can only make them more dangerous than the five elders. We know that they can also transform like the five elders, given how they transform alongside them when encountering Sabo, and they have access to weaponry like the Mother Flame that can destroy kingdoms like Lulusia and alter the very nature of the world, like raising the water level 1 meter on every island. Emu also sits upon the empty throne, giving them the power over every country aligned with the world government. No matter how you look at them, they are almost certainly the strongest being in the world of One Piece, both politically and physically. And those are the 10 strongest One Piece characters ranked.